So I'll open it up to for questions.
I'll ask a question. Anthony Pilipiszyn.
Could be related.
Yeah, actually. Didn't actually have this question sort of prepared, so I apologize if I catch you off guard, but just a couple ideas we went through and kind of tied together. Preserve and enhance quality of life in the Grange. We talked about renovation, keeping the historic value and facades. Are there any resources that the village offers or plans to offer citizens to sort of foster that attitude and the further development of homes, whether it be resources, credits, financial, or just qualified, recommended architects, builders, things like that. Anything that the village can help foster that attitude on homeowners.
That's kind of a broad brush. There's what we could do is connect people with resources that are currently available. For example, there are credits that are available for a renovation of a historic home and some property tax relief there. We haven't really thought about that or discussed that at a local level. With respect to, say, recommending builders or the like, that's something that we really, that's a slippery legal slope. What we can do from time to time is let people know that more popular ones that people come in through, are X, Y, and Z that we see the most of. But that doesn't mean that it's quality. It's just a matter of, how many people, who does a lot of work in town. So that's really, all that we've thought about.
And I was, and maybe more on the positive side there, but like the negative side, obviously, of people that may have not done such a resource database or something along those lines that would help prevent some of the homeowners from procuring the wrong resource and actually doing detriment to their homes. I don't know, like a punch list or something would be available.
We do take complaints, with respect to, again, that's another kind of a slippery slope as well. We do license businesses. We do register contractors. It's my understanding, because we have had experience with this from time to time. In fact, there was one home improvement business that had our name in it that is no longer a business, and part of that process was a revocation of their business license. But it's long, it's tedious, and that's really the standards by which we have to operate in Cook County, really in Illinois. They're trying to legally strike that balance between protecting the consumer and yet not tarnish a business's reputation because of a dispute over whether it's workmanship or a warranty or the like. So it's really kind of a hard thing to ask the village to provide that information. Again, there are other agencies that, and the reason why is because there are other agencies that really kind of do that already, whether it's the Better Business Bureau, or in this case what we do is we refer people to the state's attorney's office. There's a particular consumer division, and those kind of complaints are more appropriately registered there, and that kind of information can be gleaned. But really, the best advice that we can offer is talk to friends and neighbors and people's opinions who you trust and value, and that really kind of gives you the bad thing. And from time to time, it's there's going to be a bad apple in the group or just a bad job, and that also is going to happen as well.
Hi, Bob. I just have a question as it relates to what is the mission of the Citizens Council. You said that you spend time in village management, both within the village of LaGrange and also in Carroll Stream, Skokie, and some of the places.
Well,
There you go. And I wonder if in that time, if you can give us some guidance, you've obviously had to deal with a lot of village board members during those times, both in our village and in other villages. Can you give us an idea of what you've seen as successful board trustees, what kind of personal qualities and or career experience, those types of things that have been beneficial in making what you have deemed in your experience here and elsewhere as a good village board trustee? What makes a good village board trustee?
wow.
So that way when we examine candidates in the future, it gives us an idea of what staff thinks can help drive the ability for the village to preserve and enhance the quality of life in the Grange. How about that?
Do you need me to leave the room, Bob?
No, that's okay. But that's exactly the reason why that answering that question is really, really difficult. I don't want people to interpret any sort of either instructive or just just to, have a conversation kind of a response to that. I think maybe some of the things I mentioned earlier on about individuals that are or qualities of being a strategic thinker and critical thinking skills, community-wide focus, those kind of things, kind of help you in that direction, and the like. And I really wouldn't feel feel comfortable going.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
No, I know you're not doing that deliberately. It's just that I think that's a boundary, and I feel kind of awkward crossing it.
Okay.
Can I just make a comment? It's not a question. I don't know that many people realize that this room we're sitting in, when it was renovated, it was supposed to be for the public, just like we're using it tonight. Then a policy was established that no food or drink be allowed up here, and many of us were upset because we thought it was sort of the people's room. When Katie said she was going to ask you if she could have food up here, I said to her, good luck. I've come to realize that with the change in village managers, or maybe the trustee, policy has changed. So I want to thank you for whatever you did or for the trustees did to restore this to the people's room once again. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And on a side note, in the future, beer would be cool.
We'll have to issue ourselves a liquor license. I think.